Third, we need to spend time with godly people. Spend time with godly people. Again, I say that true friends are friends who help you to be on the path that God wants you to be. So when you spend time with godly people, you realize that not only is God revealing things to you, but God is revealing things to those people who are around you to help inspire and encourage you, to help motivate you, also to help affirm and confirm those things that God is doing in your life. So when we spend time with godly people, we create a positive influence for ourselves. That positive influence as we benefit, but also we give. Right? And then the fourth thing, we have to make God a priority in our life. Make God a priority in our life. When you make God a priority in your life, then in your pecking order of how you spend your time, how you spend your energy, and how you spend your money is defined by your priorities and your principles. Your whole notion of stewardship. And I'm not just talking about giving money to the church. I'm talking about putting money in areas where God has acknowledged He wants you to be. So if God is suggesting to you that for this season of your family, then you should acknowledge that by investing your resources in that area for this season of your family. Right? As God talks about you building up your own presence or your own profession or your own career, or as God talks to you about the things that God really wants you to be the master of, then sometimes we have to put our money in those places, our time in those places, our energy in those places. Right? So the whole notion of making God a priority really is a lifestyle change. And so that's why the Tortoise has so much wisdom. Because when you make a lifestyle change, you have to do it slowly, methodically, right? And it becomes a day-by-day decision, a week-by-week decision, a month-by-month decision, year-by-year decision, as opposed to running out. My best analogy is the whole notion of health and wellness. It's that time of year now, spring, where gym memberships pick up, right? Where the seasonal workouts, begin the season. Right about now. The sun is out, and folks are trading their winter clothing for their spring and then summer clothing. And when you look at it, there's less fabric, right? Right? And so with less fabric equals more skin, right? Which helps inspire us to get our musculature and our physical appearance back up to par. And I always say back up to par because there's something about the winter months where we have a tendency to, it's too cold out there to go running, or there's not enough sunlight out there, so I'm just chill out and cool out. And the realization is the way to make a lifestyle change toward health and wellness is slow and steady. So we have a tendency to say, I'm going to work out 3 to 4 times a week. Well, how about you say that on a daily basis, I will take the stairs as opposed to the elevator? Or how about you say on a daily basis, instead of taking that parking spot right behind your office, I'll take the one further away and I'll plan to walk that distance on a daily basis. On a daily basis, instead of taking that walk around the corner to get the Twinkies and the Ding Dongs and the Ho-Hos, whatever you got, I eat a piece of fruit, right? And to make small, methodical changes, which will add up to the fact that you'll feel really good about the small things. And as you feel really good about the small things, it will inspire you to do the big things, right? So what if on a Monday you decide as you're watching your favorite show, which is 30 minutes, you take off your flip-flops and put on your sneakers and just walk in the house while you watch television, right? That 30 minutes on that day will eventually turn into 45 minutes, but you can't watch 45 minutes of television. You either watch 30 minutes or an hour. So it moves from 30 minutes to an hour, right? But it's that slow, methodical lifestyle change that allows you to get to where you need to go without trying to, purchase the gym membership. You got to get a whole new, Because you can't just work out in anything, right? Come on, you got the cue, right? So you get, because you're going to work out 5 days, so I got to get 5 outfits, right? And because I know last year's tennis shoes, they get worn out on the treads, you know, so I got to get some new tennis shoes, right? And then, you know, well, I'm going to do that outside, but then when it rains, now I got to get a brand new treadmill, right? For when it rains outside, so I come to this house and do this. And you're doing all these things, and they're not doing the lifestyle change that you want. So the challenge is, how do you do slow and steady? So that the end result comes. But the reality is, it's not about the product or the end result. It's about the process. And here to me is the essence of Psalm 1. Because the first verse said, blessed is the person who walks. You have the active present tense verb here, right? Not walked or will walk, but blessed is the person who walks. And that's where I want to stop us on this evening. That blessed is where we want to be as we wrestle with life, as we look forward to our breakthroughs. Our breakthroughs are actually daily realizations, or daily revelations, right? The breakthroughs are the things that happen on a day-to-day basis. When you wake up in the morning and you hear the birds outside and you realize that your happiness and joy is not focused on somebody saying something to you, somebody doing something to you, but the realization that God already loves you. And God wakes you up with a beautiful song by the birds. A song that no human could ever sing, right? And you're waking up to the sun, you know, that comes up about 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning. And God says, let there be light in your life today. And it is good. And when we can come to the realization that the things that God does for us are the things that our joy and our happiness are built on, then we have it. Because then we don't have to focus on making sure that we get 3 affirmations each day by 3 individual people. Or making sure that the folks that we work with really appreciate us. Because if they don't really appreciate us, I'm not going to feel good about myself. You feel good about yourself should not rely on anyone else. Because God has that all worked out for you. And when you feel good about who you are based on what God is doing in your life, then you move from the victim seat to the victorious seat. And that's where we all need to sit and stay, in that victorious seat. Because that's when the breakthroughs happen just like the waterfall. Slow and steady. The water will always pour down. It's never going to go, right? And that's the realization of what God has in store for each and every one of us. There will be some bumps, there will be some bruises, there will be obstacles, there will be all